Hello! Before we begin the video about the Batley and Spen by-election on July the 1st, remember to like and subscribe the video and ring the bell to get notified about the latest videos about left-wing challenges to incumbents, left-wing politics and culture. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel and to another video. If you follow British politics, you know that the Labour Party is in complete disarray. What basically happened was that Labour had a left-wing leader called Jeremy Corbyn, who was elected in 2015 to push the party to the left and away from the pro-war, neoliberal and anti-leftist Blairites who dominated it in the early 2000s. He did his best in being an effective opposition against the Tory party, winning the 2017 election, gaining more votes than Labour ever since 2001, but not quite defeating the Conservatives, although robbing them of their majority. But he often found knives in his back from the Parliamentary Labour Party, the MPs supposed to stand behind him. And due to a disappointing general election result in 2019, he was pressured to withdraw from leadership. His replacement, Keir Starmer, sold himself in the subsequent leadership election as a supporter of Corbyn's policies of opposing austerity, renationalisation of key industries, and a less aggressive foreign policy. He got elected, and then he proceeded to do the exact opposite, firstly by purging the left, among others Rebecca Long-Bailey, a close Corbyn ally, and after a while Corbyn himself on anti-Semitism accusations actually. Now however, after a disastrous showing in the recent local election, and general amnesia about what the Labour Party stands for.
This is not a question of left or right, it's a question of whether we're facing the country. We have changed as a party, but we've not made a strong enough case to the country. We've lost that connection, that trust, and I intend to rebuild that and do whatever is necessary to rebuild that trust.
But what does change mean in, say, policy terms?
It means stopping as a party, quarrelling amongst ourselves, looking internally and facing the country and setting out that bold vision for a better Britain and changing the things that need changing.
What is that vision?
That is the change that I will bring about.
Len McCluskey, Unite General Secretary, says people don't know what you stand for. What is that vision?
Our vision is of a country that ends the injustice and inequality that millions of people face every day. But fundamentally, we have to show that we are facing the country, that we've learnt the lessons of this bitterly disappointing set of results.
He is on the ropes. More failure and he may well be out. And that brings us to the topic of today's video. The Batley and Spen by-election. And more specifically, the guy who's going to knock over the apple cart for Starmer. British politics lone cowboy, George Galloway. Galloway is a former leader of Scottish Labour who became an elected MP in 1987. He was a clear left-winger and he was anti-war, socialist and a vehement defender of the Arab cause, making him interested in the Israel-Palestine conflict. In 2003 he was expelled from Labour due to some severely anti-war remarks, but he made a comeback as an MP for the Respect Party in 2005. It was a minor left-wing party with Muslim roots and clear anti-Zionist views. As a candidate for them, he also pulled off a major upset in the Bradford West by-election of 2012. With that strong baggage of stunning upsets, he is entering the Batley and Spen contest as a candidate for the newly formed Workers' Party, and his fight is as much for himself and what he believes in as it is to topple the Keir Starmer leadership. Here's the video from when he announced that he would be a candidate.
I am announcing from this step outside Dixie Express, I will be a candidate in the Batley and Spen by-election on the 1st of July. I will be standing to give the people the opportunity of change. The political class here has taken the voters that I see around me entirely for granted. They assume that you're a vote bank, that you'll vote for them whatever they do, or more often, whatever they do not do. They know the things that matter to you, but they don't care For example, during Gaza, you were crying. They were supporting Israel in the bombardment. The leader of the Labour Party, against whom I'm standing here, doesn't matter who else is on the ballot paper, I'm standing against Keir Starmer. Why? Because Keir Starmer has made it clear, let's be fair, he's been honest. He said, I am a Zionist without equivocation. The meaning of equivocation is unconditional. He unconditionally supports Israel. Well, I unconditionally support the Palestinians, and I have been doing so for 50 years. The announcement I've just made to you will right now be disturbing Keir Starmer and the top leaders of the Labour Party.
What do you think about Kim Ledbetter?
I'm not standing against Kim Ledbetter. I'm standing against Keir Starmer's Labour Party. We need to get rid. We need to get rid of Keir Starmer, and I'll make a prediction to you, ma'am. If I win here on the 1st of July, Keir Starmer will be out before the summer holidays. Certain. He'll be over.
But now we are perhaps getting a bit ahead of ourselves, and that's only natural when talking about the wavering, weak, purging, incompetent leadership of Starmer possibly coming to an end. It is all natural to be a little bit giddy. But let's take a look at the constituency where this by-election is actually going to take place. Batley and Spen is a constituency in West Yorkshire, consisting of the old market town of Batley and the Spen Valley. It's a part of the so-called Red Wall, with industry and commerce being big parts of the economy. It voted Brexit, with 60% supporting it. Another interesting fact is that it has a big minority population of people, mostly from South Asian neighborhoods. The constituency has been Labour since 1997, but if taking into account the last disastrous by-election in the Red Wall seat of Hartlepool, which is somewhat comparable, and its recent trend towards the Conservatives, the seat is hotly contested in this election. And who will Labour put up to take on this fight for Keir Starmer's Labour Party? The answer is a woman named Kim Ledbetter. She joined the Labour Party just weeks ago, and due to an executive action from the NEC, she got around the conventional rules about having to have been a member of the Labour Party for a certain time and got on the ballot paper for them. Although she often talks about her connection to the constituency and wanting to be a northern voice in Westminster, quote, there is really only one reason that she's brought in, and that is that she's the sister of murdered Labour MP Joe Cox. The tragic murder of Cox in 2016 is still in the consciousness of voters in the region, and it may be a factor that benefits Labour. However, Kim Ledbetter is not very experienced in politics, and she, for instance, voted Remain in the EU referendum in a Leave constituency. The Conservatives, on the other hand, they elected the Leeds councillor Ryan Stevenson as their candidate. He uses the normal Conservative slogans of Build Back Better, and he argues that he can get things done for his community by working with the Conservative government. I think maybe his appeal is sort of similar to that one of the current MP from Hartlepool from the Conservatives, saying that she wanted to work constructively with the government to secure funding for the district.
Hi, I'm Ryan Stevenson and I'm standing to the next Conservative Member of Parliament for Batley and Spen. I've been out today talking to voters about my positive plan to help us build back better, to get the investment we need in jobs, skills and opportunities, and only a Conservative MP can work with government to get that investment. So if you want to join my campaign, sign up below. I'll see you soon.
So those are the two opponents to Galloway. Now let's see how much of a chance he actually has. I think it is unlikely, but that is probably what people said prior to his 2005 and 2012 wins for the Respect Party as well. He cannot be underestimated and has a lot of name recognition. His Workers' Party is a very minor party and it is very fringe, with close ties to British communists. But I think that the two things that Galloway is banking on is the general dissatisfaction with the Labour leadership and the direction the party is going on the left, and his anti-war and pro-Palestine credentials. I do not think that being member of a fringe party like the Workers' Party is really going to slow him down in a significant way, because so few people have actually heard of it. And as earlier mentioned, Batley and Spen has a large minority population, and some of them might be persuaded to vote for someone who doesn't both sides it before calling for a two-state solution to the Israel-Palestine conflict, like Kim Ledbetter. So I actually think that Galloway, if not winning the election, will probably spoil it for Labour, and one extra Conservative MP in the Parliament is a mild price to pay for toppling Keir Starmer's leadership, at least in my opinion. I mean, the left has tried to be loyal to him, they have tried to find solutions, but on the 1st of July, when this election is to be held, I think that the Labour right, who has done purges, who has abandoned Jeremy Corbyn's agenda, will get their comeuppance in form of having lost the Batley and Spen election, and for losing the subsequent leadership election. I at least hope so. So thank you all for watching this video. I hope you learned something and that you are interested in looking into this race more. And I would very much like you to subscribe to this channel if you like the content, because I really want to share more great videos with you on the topics of left-wing challengers to establishment incumbents and left-wing politics in general. Hope you subscribe, and thank you for watching.